In this video, I want to share with you how Family Bred Puppies got started from the very beginning. So it all started actually back when I was in college, and my brother Matt asked me if I would help him find a puppy. And at this time, I didn't know anything about puppies except that I loved them. My parents never let us have a dog, but whenever I'd go over to friends and family's home, I just absolutely loved dogs. So my brother, he was living in his own home at the time, so he asked me. I said, yeah, of course I'll help you. And my first kind of instinct was, we had a mall that was about 30 minutes away from us that had a pet store. And I remember going and visiting the mall and playing with the puppies, and it was just so much fun every time we would go, even though we would never, have any intention or ability to buy one because our parents wouldn't let us. But I was like, yeah, let's go to the pet store. And so we went to the pet store, really liked the puppies there, but we looked at the reviews and they were horrible. I mean, puppies were sick. They were not well socialized. They were, aggressive, or, just all sorts of problems. And we're like, okay, well, we definitely don't want to support pet stores. And we also learned that a lot of puppy mills are what actually supply those pet stores. And we're like, okay, definitely don't want to support puppy mills at all. So we thought, okay, what's our next, step of how are we going to find, a puppy? And we started looking for breeders, and we kind of had two different problems that we were running into. The first one was we could either get on a waiting list for months and kind of miss that time period that my brother was looking to adopt a puppy, or we could basically buy from a puppy mill directly that was just trying to cut out the pet store. And we're like, okay, well, there has to be breeders that raise puppies the right way, ethically, that don't have a crazy long wait list. And unfortunately, we just couldn't really find any. And then my brother, actually, of all places, he saw an ad in the local newspaper that said Golden Doodle puppies available. And we're like, okay, let's just call them. So we called them. They lived about 20 minutes away from us. We drove out, and it was immediately, we could just tell, this is exactly what we were looking for. They lived out on a farm. The family was outside waiting for us, and they had 4 kids that were running around, and the puppies were chasing the kids. And the husband and wife were just so kind and loving, and you could just tell that the puppies were very well taken care of. And we started talking, and they asked us a lot of questions about Golden Doodles, and if we were familiar with the breed, and what our home life was like, and if we're aware of the commitment and the potty training and all that stuff. And my brother ended up adopting one of the puppies, which I guess I'll say first is, out of all the puppies that were there, they were 8 weeks old, they were ready to go home, and he said, yeah, any puppy is available, you can kind of take your pick. And we were just how do you even have puppies available? If people knew that, the setup and the care that you were putting into these puppies, you would have all of your puppies adopted right away. And the parents responded, and they said, we love to raise puppies. Our kids love to raise puppies. We love to do it as a family, but we don't really know how to get the word out that we have puppies available. So then my brother Matt, which I was in school for marketing at the time and business administration, and he's like, hey, why doesn't Peter help you? And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, Peter's, studying this in school. He could totally help you out. And I was like, I guess I can try. And the parents were like, yeah, we'll give it a shot. And I set up a Facebook page and a website. I had no idea what I was doing. And I just started taking pictures and videos and put them online and on puppy websites and on social media. And by that weekend, all the puppies were adopted. And I was like, man, I can't believe that there is such a need just in this area for, families that are looking to adopt, ethically raised puppies, but, don't want to join this crazy long wait list of not being able to choose, when they can actually bring their puppy home based on, the schedule that works best for them. So that's kind of how it got started, and it went really well. And then the family that raised that litter was telling their friends about them, and they have golden doodles too, and they called me and they said, hey, we heard you did really well with our friend's family. Would you be interested in helping us? And I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And that went really well, and we found great families for all the puppies, and all the families were super happy and just loved the experience. And that's kind of just how we grew from family to family to family that just really loved the way that we, helped them out, and connecting, a really, really loving family with their puppy that they love and want to go to a good home. So yeah, that was back in 2017, and that's just kind of who we've been ever since. And it's been a great ride, and that's kind of what our goal is always going forward with every family. Is we want them to be able to just welcome a really good member of their family that's well taken care of, well loved, well socialized, and that's why we do what we do. So that's the story of how we started. And the thing is, since when we first started working with just one family, we have kept the same value of raising puppies the right way and socializing them and making sure that they're loved and cared for, to now that we're working with many families all here in the Goshen area. And the fun thing is too, a few years ago, I actually started raising puppies too. So I am now one of the families that also has our puppies on our website. And that is really where we got the name Family Bred Puppies from. It's a group of families that all raise puppies, that care for the puppies, that love the puppies, but then work together so that you can have the availability throughout the year to adopt a puppy that works best with your schedule. And it's been really fun too, because from when we first started to mostly working with families that are adopting, from Chicago or Detroit, now we've have puppies in every single state. And we even have people in Costa Rica that have adopted from us, and South America and Europe too. For the first time this year, we've had 2 puppies going to Europe. So it has been, man, such a blessing to be able to really meet the needs of families that are wanting to adopt a family-raised puppy. So I just want to thank you guys for watching and taking the time.